Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to talk about the accessibility of Flipgrid with regards to screen reader accessibility. Now, for this demonstration, I'm going to show you how it works from the student point of view. From the instructor side, it actually worked very well with the screen reader, but there were some glitches that I found on the student side. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. For this demo, I'm using NVDA's free screen reader, the latest version. So let me turn it on.
O MISY 150 Sector 404 Fall 2019, Flipgrid MISY 150 Sector 404 Fall 2019, clickable navigation, open search box button.
Okay, so I just touched my tab button on my keyboard and it shows me the magnifying glass. Let me see what happens when I go back with the tab button again.
Change color mode to dark.
Oh, good. It
Button.
tells me what the next element is.
Additional grid actions. Menu
Okay.
is closed.
Okay.
Menu button collapsed submenu.
All right. Now I'm going to use my tab button to navigate to the next section of this grid. Remember, I'm doing this demo as if I was a student who had a Flipgrid activity and is fully blind. We know that there are various levels of blindness, but for this particular demo, I'm doing it as a student who is fully blind, relying on their screen reader to complete this assignment. Let's see what happens.
Main landmark grid information modal button.
Okay, this is where I found one of the first issues. When I click on my enter button, it does open up what that module is and it reads it to me. However, I cannot get out of that module just using my keyboard. That is a glitch. If someone is fully blind and is using a screen reader, they are relying on keyboard shortcuts to navigate around there. So they should be able to get in and out of any menu. Let me demonstrate what I'm showing. I'm going to push my enter button.
Dialog, document, clickable close button, button close, heading level 4 MISY 150 sector 404 fall 2019, list with 1 items Wendy Torres grid owner out of list, heading level 5 grid engagement, list with 5 items 10 topics, 69 responses, 5 replies, 559 views, 12.5h engagement out of list. Fun fact, this grid has 12 hours and 29 minutes of engagement. That's how long panda bears spend eating each day. Flip code 678988137.
Okay, that was a lot. If I was a student trying to figure out what this was, the first thing I hear is dialogue, 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 dialogue. I have no idea what that means, and it means no significance to me. Now, if I was a student who wanted to get out of this, I would, in theory, use my keyboard to go back. And when I do that, you'll see on the screen that it actually did highlight the X. However, my screen reader is not reading that. That is a glitch. My screen reader needs to be able to read that that's an X, so that gives me the opportunity to X out of that. Now, however, even if I click my enter button now, you will see that the module thing is still open. So that is also a glitch. So no matter what I do from the keyboard at this point, it is not letting me get out of this box. That is a problem. That needs to be corrected. Now, to move forward in this demo, I'm going to use my mouse to exit out of it. But remember, if I was a fully blind student, I wouldn't be able to see where that mouse is. I am relying on the keyboard, so that glitch needs to be fixed.
Button record a video response for this topic. Main landmark grid information modal. Topic navigation label list sub-menu with 2 items week 10, databases and privacy menu button sub-menu.
Okay, so now it is telling me what this grid is, and if I click on enter, I should be able to hear the other grids on here, the other videos. And that does happen, so I'm going to move on to the next thing.
Launch immersive reader button.
Now this is very interesting. Prior to having the immersive reader, the screen reader would actually read the content that was typed in here. Flipgrid now is using immersive reader, which is an excellent tool. However, if I'm a student who has never used immersive reader, I might need to be told what this tool does. I may need to be told that the immersive reader is acting as the screen reader that will read the text to me. Because remember, if I'm a fully blind student, I am not seeing that button. I'm just hearing immersive reader. I'm not necessarily sure what that means. Now, I'm going to pretend that I'm the student. I'm hearing immersive reader, and I'm just wondering what that is. I'm going to click on the enter button to see what happens.
Dialog. Clickable immersive reader frame banner landmark exit button. Content info landmark play button.
Wow, that was a lot just to get to the point that there's a play button. Again, if I am a student who has never used this tool, it needs to be explained to me that that play button actually reads the content to me. I'm not going to inherently know that as a student, and if I'm a blind student, I certainly wouldn't know what that is because I haven't used that before. So that needs to be very clear in your instructions. I'm going to click on enter to see what happens.
Week
Pause.
10, Databases and Privacy. Look over the attached article/video. What is your opinion about databases and privacy? Should there be regulations as to what is and isn't maintained in a database? Are you concerned about what information is being tracked about you? Why or why not? Make sure after you provide your response, respond to one of your classmates' posts.
Play.
Okay, so that read it to me. However, it didn't tell me that that was the end of the text. It just tells me play. So I might be thinking there's something more. If I click my enter button again, it's going to start reading that text again. So that needs to be very clear that that's the end of the text so that then I can know to use my keyboard to go back.
Voice settings button. Text preferences button. Week 10. Exit button.
Okay, so that is me using my keyboard to go back. But you need to be very clear when the immersive reader reads it, when it's done reading, something needs to say end of text so that I know to go back because I'm a student trying to record what my professor wants me to record. I haven't gotten to that point yet. Let me go back to enter.
Blank. Main landmark launch immersive reader button.
Okay.
https://www.encnews.com/technology/how you're tracked digitally a visited link.
Okay. Now, in that case, that was something that I should change. Perhaps when you share a link, try using a URL shortener that shortens the URL link because that's a lot of mental energy that's required to have to listen to www slash backslash backslash backslash. So when you put in a link, try thinking of using a URL shortener. That's not a hit on Flipgrid though. Let's keep going.
List with 4 items 4.8H engagement button. List with 2 items random button. Slideshow button. Record a video response for this topic.
Okay, I
Button.
finally got to the button that allows me to record my video. So now, in theory, I should be able to click on my enter button in my keyboard and it should allow me to start recording. Now remember, I'm doing this demo as if I was a student who was fully blind using this tool to give my teacher or professor feedback. Okay, the first problem that we see here. When you get to this page, the screen reader needs to be telling me that this is a login screen. The screen reader needs to tell me that I have the option to log in with Google or with Microsoft. Now, this is definitely a glitch on the student side. On the instructor side, when I do this, it does read log in to your record and it does allow me to go to each one. So it tells me what's on this page. But as you can hear, you can't hear anything from the screen reader at this point. I have not turned it off, but I don't know what's on this page. So that is a glitch that needs to be fixed. Let us move on.
Close button. Log in with Google button. Log in with Microsoft button.
Great, so those work as they should. However, like I said, you need to fix that glitch so that I know what's on this screen because my screen reader is not reading it.
Untitled Google Chrome. Sign into your account Google Chrome. Flipgrid MISY 150 Sector 404 Fall 2019 Google. Record video. 2 minutes remaining to record. Button.
Okay, so if I'm a student and I'm trying to figure out how to record on this, the record button should be very obvious to me. However, I have to go through a lot just to get to the record button. Remember, I'm only using my keyboard shortcuts. Let me show you how it sounds.
Close recorder modal button. Toggle topic card button. Toggle color filters menu button. Collapsed filters. Toggle text menu button. Collapsed text. Toggle video stickers menu button stick. Toggle drawing menu button collapsed. Toggle whiteboards menu button collapsed whiteboard. Add sticky note button add sticky note. Flip/change camera button flip camera. Record video. 2 minutes remaining to record.
Wow, that
Button.
was a lot of steps just to get to the record button. The record button really should be very obvious and the first thing that a student is able to click on if they're using keyboard navigation. Remember, if somebody is fully blind using this tool, they are relying on the screen reader and their keyboard shortcuts. That's a lot of steps just to get to the record button. Okay, so now I'm a student. I've gotten to the record button. My teacher says to record myself. Okay, let's see what happens when I push enter.
Blank. 2. 1.
Okay.
Dialog. Button collapsed. Toggle color filters menu. Pause recording. 2 minutes remaining to record. Button.
Oh,
Record video. 2 minutes remaining to record.
okay. So what I just did there, I touched my enter button to try to stop the recording. Now the countdown wasn't very clear to me. It said blank and then 2, 1. So it didn't tell me that the recording was starting. So you might want to add something in there that says the recording has started. And then you may want to have some instructions that say, okay, when you're done, push enter again to move on. I had to do that, but my screen reader read over it. So that may be very confusing for a student as to go through that process. That needs to be very clear. Remember, if a student cannot see, they need to know what the steps are. So I need to hear that countdown clearly. 3, 2, 1, recording has started. When I click on the enter button, I need to hear recording has been paused. I need to know what to do when I get to that point. Now I'm going to go to the next part.
Recording options and import button options. Next.
Okay,
Complete recording and move to review step.
good. That
Button
is telling me
next.
what it's telling me to do. So the next button is doing that, so I'm going to go to that.
Click to trim clip. Onlo button.
Okay.
Play.
Now here it allows me to trim the clip. If I'm fully blind, I can't see what I'm trimming, so I might want to be able to give them the option to move to the next thing. So let me click on next.
Slider 40.03117. Add sticky note button add sticky note. Add 1 minute 52 seconds more to your recording button. Next.
Okay,
Confirm video and move to thumbnail step. Button next.
that's a good explanation, but I really need to know how to bypass that trimming part because I won't be able to trim it. So it needs to be a little bit clearer. Push on enter.
Blank. Take a selfie for your video thumbnail. Dialog. Button take selfie.
Okay, this says take a selfie.
Flip/change camera button. Take selfie button.
Okay, so I had to move back to figure out that that was a take selfie button. I didn't hear that when I was first in there. It just said take a selfie. It didn't tell me that that was a button right there, that it was actually on the button waiting for me to take the picture. So that needs to be also be clear that if you're doing that, then they click on enter, that will take their picture.
Blank. Dialog. Button redo selfie. Your current selfie will be lost. Confirm thumbnail for video. Video and thumbnail will upload next. Button.
Okay, so let me click on my keyboard.
Close recorder modal button. Toggle color filters menu button collapsed. Toggle text menu button collapsed. Toggle video stickers menu button. Toggle drawing menu button collapsed. Toggle whiteboards menu button collapsed. Redo selfie. Confirm thumbnail for video.
Again, that's
Video
a
and
lot of
thumbnail will
steps.
upload next.
That's a lot of
Button.
steps to have to go through. If I'm blind, I probably just want to submit this video, but that's a lot of stuff that I have to go through. Perhaps consider making a shortcut where the next button's in there and it gives me the options. That way I don't have to go through each one of those items just to get to the next button.
Blank. Upload progress 9. Dialog. Dialog. Document. Display name edit. Wendelin V.
Okay, so first I hear a blank. I don't know what that means. And when it says display name, what does that mean? So I guess it means I need to type my name in. I would type my name and see what happens with the title.
Title edit multi-line.
That
Title,
works.
optional. Link edit invalid entry. Link, optional, blank.
That's interesting. By the way, that says invalid entry. You might want to explain that this is where you put your link. It's not very clear by the way the screen reader's reading it. Let me go to the next button.
Submit my video.
Okay,
Button.
so that's the submit my video button. I should be able to click on enter.
Unavailable, blank, dialog. Your video is now visible in the topic. Complete button.
Okay, so what does that unavailable mean? That's kind of confusing to me. I'm not sure what that means. And it doesn't say congratulations, your video is now visible. It just says it's available. It does not tell me the other items that are on here, like download the video, download the selfie, or the complete. It does not read those options to me. So let me see what happens when I use my keyboard.
Close recorder modal button. https://flipgrid.com/s/301b1fc581b7 link.
Okay, so that's the Flipgrid link. Let's see what else.
Download video link.
Okay, so I have to actually use my keyboard to get to what's on these words.
Download selfie link. Complete button.
Okay, so now I should be able to click my enter and it should take me back.
Navigation landmark graphic Flipgrid logo. Main landmark. NVDA.
Okay, I'm going to turn off the
NV
screen reader now.
task jump list for NVDA. Jump list for NVD. Screencast task switcher list. And
Okay, I'm going
running
to,
application. Running applications.
sorry, I'm actually turning off the screen reader now, but now you can see that that is how a screen reader reads. It's actually not very clear if I was a fully blind student using this platform where I need to go. So you need to make sure you check those little glitches. Definitely fix where that module is so I can get out of it. Very good with the keyboard accessibility. Just change it a little bit up so that it's a little easier for the student to understand so they don't have to go through all that extra dialogue, 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 header, and everything else. Thank you.